Mr. Bryant, let me be brief about the details of this very unique project that I'm offering you an exclusive first look opportunity at. Let me break it down for you in the most simplest words I can conjure. Basically, I got myself months ago I get dozens a day of these films, speculative films made by independent filmmakers and TV producers, pilots and such, that are all varieties of independent reality television, so to speak, within that genre. And sitting on my desk, or my assistant's desk, for over 3 months was a tape that was called The Graduation Party, labeled. We thought nothing of it. We actually, every about 90 days, return all of these for legal reasons as being unopened and unviewed, and therefore we're not liable for any kind of assertion of copyright infringement post the rejection of this material. But to make a long story short, it's simple, sir. We basically, because of attention that was called upon us through the federal authorities, which I won't get into the details of why, but make a long story short, so we got a story on our hands that is hotter than fried chicken in South Carolina in August. It's one of those things that I swear to you, if you really get.
And take your money. No or yes? Finish our conversation.
I feel something scrub.
What is she doing, baby? She's like now.
Okay, yeah, good idea. I'd like to be like a doctor. Like I think have like money.
Like giving up big that thing. I feel like that's
I know you would.
Why were there cameras? It was just a party. I mean, it wasn't. Why the cameras?
Well, we're still trying to piece together exactly why those cameras were there, but I can tell you, with millions of dollars worth of artwork and a beautiful house like that, obviously whoever rented this place wanted to protect their investment quite a bit.
Like security? Was there like a control room or something with all the little videos or what?
You watch a lot of movies, don't you?
I too many. What 400? That's why so. That's like a ridiculous amount of cameras. Like I could understand maybe like one for each room and one for outside, but 400. That's like a little creepy.
They were situated throughout the house, designed from what we could gather so that there would be no corner that would not be filmed. You know, that was the intention. It appeared as though they weren't going to have any dead zones. Unfortunately, there were some dead zones. Several of the cameras malfunctioned. Other of the cameras appeared not to have been in use. But from what we were able to piece together, it certainly appears as though the intent was for security purposes so that the events of that evening could be recorded. We haven't ruled out blackmail as another possible motive.
This is a lot to hear. I didn't know about. Why am I so like out of the loop about everything, like the murders.
Come on. You're telling me in 6 months, nobody's told you that this guy hung himself?
I didn't hear anything. I've just been kind of in my own little world. You know, I've made a lot of new friends. I've kind of been hanging with a new crowd, kind of like the popular crowd. I go to like wine tastings, you know, the horse races, art galleries, Broadway plays. I haven't you know really spoken to anyone since the shindig.
I've been embarrassed since I got rejected.
To be honest, I've been a little embarrassed about the whole, you know, Angie dumping me thing. I felt a little stupid. Kind of felt like an ass.
Well, I guess at least you know that she wasn't after you for your money, or lack thereof.
Yeah. It sucks that she's married now.
Sorry, it's just he was moving around.
It's okay, don't worry about it. Okay, there was a girl there with an ascot for a girl who seemed like, you know, like she wrote the Preppy Handbook. And all she did was talk about people behind their backs.
Yeah, why don't you nickname her like Buffy or something?
Yeah, yeah, honestly, say that. Okay, but I don't know her name,
Right.
but she was. That's Ren. Remember her?
What?
Ren. Talk about Ren. Like she had an ascot for like a girl. She was very preppy, very like boarding schoolish. She kept talking like down to people, like she was royalty.
All right. So this guy in the ascot, was he talking to anybody else at the party? Did he arrive there with anybody?
He had a girl with him.
Okay.
Kind of like a female version of himself. She had like a girl Scot, a femme Scot, if you will.
I think it's still just called an ascot.
An ascot. Let's leave it at that. You know what I'm talking about. Fred from Scooby.
Boy, the box moves around. It keeps covering your face.
Yeah, it's like the focus will stay on my face. Okay, I got it now.
There's no gyroscope in it.
3, 2,
Wow.
and 1. What would happen if
This is high-end stuff.
What would happen if we were flying midair and one of the, like that door, you opened it? Would it suck everyone out? How does that work?
It's a plug-type door, and you can't.
It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it.
It's kind of a shame it had to end up like this.
It's not all fun and games. Anytime you have a party involved with alcohol and people who think that they are better than everybody else, there's going to be things that happen, people that get hurt, and in the end,
I mean,
Question. Do we ever cheat on our husband? I didn't think I would, but do we?
Do I have to trip acid to like see you again, or how's it work? Because I don't really want to keep doing this acid, but I do like talking to you.
Do I?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, who's up? What's up?
Is that T?
Yeah, it's T. Who's this?
Yeah, shoot.
What's that?
Are you ready to do another scene?
Well, yeah, I'm finishing up here, and I'll be done this I think in 5 minutes.
Can I come down?
Well, I'm about to be finished. I'm gonna. I can be up in 5 minutes to do it. She's just doing her monologue right now. Okay, so I'll be done in 5 minutes though.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, cool. I'll come up and then we'll do it.
Alright, sweet.
So pick the place you want to go,
Okay.
or if you want to go down here, just wait 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, ready to go.
So I have to.
This is the end. Last 10 minutes, whatever you got left.
And do I, if I like drop acid again, am I gonna see you in like 10 years from now? 20 years from now? Is this gonna happen like every fucking time I do this?
Or is there a place I can get through meditation? Is there a way I can do?
Can I like channel this? Is this like in my own power, like in myself? Right now, do I have this energy in me to create you again? And I can ask you anything.
Am I like in another dimension giving my 12-year-old self advice the way you're like, you know?
Am I sitting somewhere talking to me when I was like 7 right now? And is she talking to somebody? She talking to herself when she was 2? And it is the 2-year-old talking to the womb, and is the womb talking to mom?
God, that's good acid.
Can I talk to myself as myself in the future, talking to myself from the past?
The spirit gets confused. Say it again. Be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're like, all right, wait. I mean like this.
I mean like this. I mean like this. Like, follow me here. It's like if I'm 22, can I talk to myself when I'm 30? Talking to myself at when I was 22. Talking to myself at 30. It's like a conference call. It would be like, hello, hi, I'm 22. Hey, I'm 30. Oh, hey, I'm 22-year-old talking to the 30-year-old self, but hi, I'm a 30-year-old self talking to the 22-year-old self talking to the 30-year-old self. It's like, comes full circle, you know? Would that work out? Can I like do that? Can I like plan that? Whoa! When do we die? If I die, can I talk to my dead self? Because technically my dead self would be dead. I don't know if that would work. But maybe. No, maybe. I mean, like, that's, what's dead, really? I mean, dead, like, yeah, like my mortality, I die. But it's like, maybe I'm dead now, and maybe your life.
30-second wrap up. And you get up when you're done.
And if your life, and I'm dead, that's not going to work out. I have to be life, and you have to be dead. Or we're both living, and we are one. Yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna like talk to you soon, man, and we're gonna get this shit figured out. And we're gonna work it out, and then we're gonna talk to us later, because that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Be like, do you like fly? Is it like were you like Star Trek?
Yeah.
Or do you fly? Like, how's it work?
Do you like go? Are you looking to like walk upstairs and like out the door? Do you fly? Do you just like teleport? Are you just gonna like go away?
Because I want to see it. Like what's? And you're like, and the person's like, no, I'm just gonna walk away now.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that is so lame. You're like,
Yeah.
be like,
Really?
I guess I'm coming down.
You're just gonna. Okay, that's really lame. But cool. Nice to meet you. Nice to know us. Cool. Take care, man.
It was nice to meet you. I mean, it's nice to meet me. I mean, it's nice to meet me.
Nice to meet.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Because I'm gonna get a tight shot of you shaking some other girl's hand. So say that last line.
Nice to meet you. Us. Nice to meet us. Take care.
Good. Let's do a second take of that, right? Go. Actually.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet us. We are awesome. Take care of yourself. I'll take care of myself. We will take care of ourselves. And that's cool, man. I'm glad we did this. It's awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if my life, ends up being just like this.
That
would be a compliment for her.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if my life ended up like yours, like mine and yours. Like us. I wouldn't mind if it ended up like you. That'd be cool.
I guess the only way I can go wrong is if I don't end up me.
I guess the only way that would work out is if I don't end up as...
No, the only way that I could screw this up, the only way I could screw my life up is just by not being me then.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I suppose that the only way that I could screw that up is if I'm...
Are you disappointed? I mean, are you sad?
Well, yeah, it's just weird. I mean, I didn't like him. I don't want to sound like a dick. I don't care. I don't really care about him.
He called me stupid, and I challenged him on who he was, and maybe that got to him.
I mean, he called me stupid, and I kind of got on his face. I wonder if that. Do they know why he did it, or like what was his?
There was no note.
He didn't leave anything.
No note.
Actually, he left a note, but that's private. Just say that. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. You're like, yeah, but that's private.
There was a note, but the family asked us to keep that private. It's not an active crime investigation at this time.
Did you see the note?
I did.
Can you give me anything like the cliff notes? Like what did it say?
He was a very depressed young man.
He was worried about the fact that everything at that night was videotaped, and he knew he'd be disinherited. Okay. And then you're like, videotaped?
Wait.
What?
Wait, all right, I'm going to get to that. Hold on. All right, ready? Shoot from the top. What
Yep.
did you say?
What I say?
Was there a note? Or can you tell me about the note?
Can you like tell me like a little bit about the note?
Were you aware that the activities of the
Well, I'm saying, well, the note centered on the fact that he thought he embarrassed his family. Okay, but don't tell him about the video till the end. In other words, he was worried about being disinherited. Why? Because of his activities at the party.
You know, there was...
No, how would they know? Because didn't you know there was 424 cameras around the house?
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay. Well, the note centered around the fact that he felt that he had shamed his family and himself, and he could not bear to have the world see videoed for the world to see his actions of that evening.
What do you mean? How would they? Someone have like a camera phone or something?
Are you telling me that you weren't aware that there were over 400 miniature cameras recording all of the events of that evening?
What are you talking about? 400? Where were the cameras? I didn't see any cameras.
Most of the cameras are the newest technology. There were some that were as small as a Tic Tac other ones that were a little bit more obvious.
Like the real world?
I'm not familiar with that show, but suffices to say that there were very small cameras present throughout the home. We'd like to think that they caught most of the pertinent events of that evening.
Why were there cameras? What? It was just a party. I mean, it wasn't. Why the cameras?
Well, we're still trying to piece together exactly why those cameras were there, but I can tell you, with millions of dollars worth of artwork and a beautiful house like that, obviously whoever rented this place wanted to protect their investment quite a bit.
Like security? Was there like a control room or something with all the little videos or what?
You watch a lot of movies, don't you?
I too many. What 400? That's why so. That's like a ridiculous amount of cameras. Like I could understand maybe like one for each room and one for outside, but 400. That's like a little creepy.
They were situated throughout the house, designed from what we could gather so that there would be no corner that would not be filmed. You know, that was the intention. It appeared as though they weren't going to have any dead zones. Unfortunately, there were some dead zones. Several of the cameras malfunctioned. Other of the cameras appeared not to have been in use. But from what we were able to piece together, it certainly appears as though the intent was for security purposes so that the events of that evening could be recorded. We haven't ruled out blackmail as another possible motive.
This is a lot to hear. I didn't know about. Why am I so like out of the loop about everything, like the murders?
Come on. You're telling me in 6 months nobody's told you that this guy hung himself?
I didn't hear anything. I've just been kind of in my own little world. You know, I've made a lot of new friends. I've kind of hanging with a new crowd, kind of like the popular crowd. I go to like wine tastings, you know, the horse races, art galleries, Broadway plays. I haven't you know really spoken to anyone since the shindig.
I've been embarrassed since I got rejected.
To be honest, I've been a little embarrassed about the whole, you know, Angie dumping me thing. I felt a little stupid. Kind of felt like an ass.
Well, I guess at least you know that she wasn't after you for your money, or lack thereof.
Yeah. It sucks that she's married now, but she's...
Sorry, it's just he was moving around.
It's okay, don't worry about it. Okay, there was a girl there with an ascot for a girl who seemed like, you know, like she wrote the Preppy Handbook. And all she did was talk about people behind their backs.
Yeah, why don't you nickname her like Buffy or something?
Yeah, yeah, honestly, say that. Okay, but I don't know her name, but she was... That's Ren. Remember her?
What?
Ren. Talk about Ren. Like she had an ascot for like a girl. She was very preppy, very like boarding schoolish. She kept talking like down to people, like she was royalty.
All right. So this guy in the ascot, was he talking to anybody else at the party? Did he arrive there with anybody?
He had a girl with him.
Okay.
Kind of like a female version of himself. She had like a girl Scot, a femme Scot, if you will.
I think it's still just called an ascot.
An ascot. Let's leave it at that. You know what I'm talking about. Fred from Scooby-Doo.
A scarf, actually, guys. Go on.
Velma, Daphne, and she was, you know, kind of like snobby. That's like the impression I got.
Okay, so this guy, the gentleman in the ascot, and the girl in the scarf. You said you thought that they were snobby. Did they have an argument with anybody while you were present?
What am I supposed to say?
They were just talking about people behind their back. No, they smiled. They treat everyone great, but then I heard them one time talking about everyone when I was taking a piss.
That's what I would say. I'd be like, you know, I was sitting there, and you know, these two people come to talk to them, and they were really, really nice. You know, 20 seconds later, those people walked away, and they were sitting there ripping the guy. You know,
Yeah,
talking
exactly.
about how
That kind of thing.
he smells, or you know, whatever it
Yeah.
might be. You know, just very brutal stuff, or you know.
Money, society, they're
Right.
obsessed with all
Oh,
that.
yeah. You could say something like, you know, talking about
Trust funds.
how he didn't know.
They made fun of me because I was on the social register, whatever that is.
No.
No, I mean, it was
Well, I'm just thinking of something more mainstream, like.
just like they
you
were
know,
snobs.
They were
Oh,
with
yeah.
him.
Just go off because
I'll figure it out.
Last week he went to the gas station and bought $4 worth of gas.
yeah, what,
You know,
yeah,
something like
anything.
that.
Go on, or what they drove, whatever. Go.
All right. Okay, so. So this guy, this gentleman in the ascot, and the girl in the scarf, they were talking bad about other party goers then?
Yeah, you know what it was? They were kind of like phonies, kind of two-faced. Like they'd say something really nice, like, "Oh, Craig, I love your jacket," and then you know I'd hear them, you know, like 20 minutes later, like, "What a stupid fucking jacket," and just talking shit about everyone, you know, about her hair and you know his yellow teeth, and just thinking they're like better than everyone, you know.
Okay, so you actually heard them talking negatively about some of the other party goers then?
Yeah, they made me feel crappy too because I didn't have any money. Like, you know, $48. They were like, they thought it was some kind of like deadbeat or something. So it kind of sucked.
Well, is it fair to say that they were somewhat elitist?
Yeah, you could say that.
Let me ask you this. Was Mr. Ascot drinking a beer or a glass of wine?
He had, you know, like a tall, fancy wine glass, pinky out most of the evening. You know, I bet if like you could offer him a beer and he'd kind of like he's like, "Huh, you know, a beer. That's, you know, a peasant's drink kind of thing." You know, he talks about like, you know, popping open a bottle of Cristal at, you know, $1,000 a bottle or whatever, you know, silly stuff like that.
So he seemed pretty into money.
Yeah.
Was he one of the individuals that seemed to recognize the value of the artwork in the lobby?